everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. Woo! How was that? Let's get this party started. How are you this Self-Care Sunday? What is happening in your world? What are you and especially you grateful for this Sunday evening? I'm thankful Andre has left us or leaving us. I'll start us off with what we're grateful for. And thus far has not caused us much trouble, is what I am grateful for today. But what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for in your world? What is happening in your Sunday across this country as we kick off week 75-76? Week 75-76. Hello, Adele and Dazzle. Dazzle, it is treat time. There you go, Dazzle. Go for it. Go for it. That is good to have. Good to have treat time, Dazzle. Dazzle needs her treats, that's for sure. I don't want to come between Dazzle and treat time. Yes, all is well here. The news media has wildly overblown, although they're still telling us to be cautious. They're still warning us of power outages and trees that could get uprooted tonight. From the mostly at this point from the heavy the ground being so saturated is what they are warning us about. And that is what they're telling us to be afraid of. But I think we are in good shape and doing well. So I got a lot about that to talk about tonight. So I have that as part of my topic tonight. Not to steal away or give too much away in tonight's show, but that's part of my talk tonight. That's part of what I got for you on this Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday. It is. Yes, indeed. As we take time to take care. Take time to take care. I think I have more people thinking I wouldn't have power tonight and wouldn't be able to get on. So I am grateful that I do have power. And the generator's just sitting there resting. It is very good when their projections don't hold up. It is very good. But they have been on, as you can imagine, Adele, they have been on all day touting what could happen and how things could re-strengthen or what direction it could go. And they have been all day long. They have been touting things. So it has been I couldn't even watch. I tried to watch Good Morning America this morning, and it was preempted for the local stuff. I was going to watch a little bit of Good Morning America to see what was happening in the world. Hey, Russ is with us. Yay. Great to have you here live tonight with us, Russ. Hope all is well in your world. Hope the birthday celebrations are continuing and going strong. I hope they are. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook? Cassandra's got the link in the show notes on Facebook. And you can click right on over to YouTube, where we're broadcasting as well. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? We're getting started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's where we start this program every night. Tonight, we are on page 124. Good morning. You got a good head on your shoulders. As far as your shoulders, effing magnificent. Go get them today. There you go, folks. A good start to the show tonight. So this is Self-Care Sunday. So we can't start Self-Care Sunday without reminding you that. reminding you how important Self-Care Sunday is. It is incredibly important. It is so important that you take time each and every week to unplug, turn off the phone, throw over there. You don't need it. Disconnect from everything. You don't need it. Disconnect and recharge. The world will still be there, I promise you, when you get back from your self-care day. And Sunday's just the symbol. If you can't take Sunday, do half a day Tuesday, half a day Thursday, or take all day Wednesday. It doesn't matter what the day is. Just take the time to do it, because this is a marathon, not a sprint, a marathon that we are working through here. An absolute positive marathon that we are going through. And you have to take the time. You have to take the time to recharge each and every week is what you need to do so that you can make it through. We've also got for you, we're starting week 75, 76. We have the recipe of the week, which we have every week. But this week's recipe from Angie Hulis is baked chicken with bacon bottom and wild rice. She texted me last week. She's like, "You still need recipes?" She was like, "I just made this. This is awesome." She's like, she was telling me how wonderful this dinner was. Not kosher with the bacon bottom. You can substitute fake bacon for it. I see Jewish grandma right there, but she was telling me how awesome that was and how much she was enjoying it, and she sent me over that recipe. I always want your recipes. That's what makes the recipe of the week so exciting, is when people send me their recipes. Okay, and they share their recipes and share them with us all. It is such an exciting part of the Self-Care Sunday and the recipe of the week here as we kick off week 75, 76. 75! You guys are awesome. You guys are doing it. Knocking it out of the park. As we start another week. I'm so excited about that. So today, with the hurricane, I thought it was a good day to talk about disaster planning. Okay? Disaster planning is so important. Disasters happen. Storms happen of all shapes and sizes. You have big winter storms. You have hurricanes. You have tornadoes that pop up. There are storms of all shapes and sizes. All shapes and sizes that happen. And even just accidents in areas. You can have a chemical accident, a chemical plant, something spills, a truck accident, and blocks access to your store or knocks out power to your store for days at a time. We had earlier this year the COVID storm. Yes. And the COVID storm's not going away. You're going to be dealing with this, okay, for the foreseeable future. You're going to have to deal with people getting COVID, potentially coming into contact with your employees coming in contact with family members that have it. Going to be dealing with this for a long time. I have had so many discussions in the last few weeks with you all on managing COVID employee situations and how to handle it. Excuse me. But, so you need to be flexible. You need to be flexible in how you get all this done, okay? Everybody here yesterday was saying they were closed today, okay? Lots of businesses, lots of stores. The movie theaters closed down. Rebecca and I were supposed to go to the movies tonight. We had reservations and everything and tickets and popcorn reserved, but the movie theater closed today. There lots of businesses, lots of restaurants did. Our farm stand was like, go get some baked goods this morning, when it wasn't bad out yet this morning, and run up to the farm stand that we go to and I'm like, no, they posted they're closed, that they didn't open today. And so lots and lots of businesses did do that. We were prepared for today for our team. We did not announce a closing yesterday like a lot of stores did and a lot of restaurants. We did not announce a closing. We were prepared to be slower today. So we had projects planned for the staff for a no customer day. And we also had we were also prepared, should conditions warrant, to be closed. Okay, if we had no power, if conditions to travel were not safe, we were prepared to call it and not be open. So we knew who had to cover and who was already on the schedule and everything, and we had that on paper, not on computer. So we had that ready on paper where we knew that. So that's an important thing, is having things like that on paper. Another important thing, especially since Russ is here representing the computer industry of resale tonight, it's important to remember having backups, especially when you're expecting major power outages and water damage. When you're expecting major water damage, potentially, you're expecting electrical power issues and things, having backups off-site and saved to the cloud of your data is important. Okay, these are things that are important that will affect you getting back on, and when conditions warrant. But I'm also big on not calling it too early. So not saying, while I want everybody to be safe, the news media makes money on bad news. Okay, bad news sells and gets people to tune in. And even today, as this was, getting very obvious that this was not going to be hit us, our part of the state, either where we live in Connecticut or where our stores are in Massachusetts, very badly. It did hit some areas badly, but it did not hit our areas bad. That the news media was hanging on to things. You could have trees get uprooted because the ground is so wet, and that is true. That can happen, and you can have isolated instances of losing power in different areas, especially like where we live. We live in the country. That happens pretty easy here. But the track could change. The storm could re-strengthen. It could come back on. And you're watching the radar, on their time-lapse rate, and it's like, this storm's going all the way over there. That ain't going to happen. But, they are out there scaring the world because that sells. I listened, I limited my news intake to under 5 minutes today and moved on because, again, I can't control the weather. I can't control it. I have to make decisions for the safety of my family, the safety of my team, the safety of my customers based on it, but I can't get brought down into it. And so, the team wanted to open. It wasn't bad, and they wanted to open. And they spent most of the day helping customers because we were actually busier today. We were busier today than we were yesterday. So we were busier today, rang up more sales today than we did yesterday. So during the hurricane, we rang up more sales. So you go figure that one out. But we were prepared. I mean, our servers were backed up. Our computers were safe. We were prepared for disaster. We had on paper what our call list was and who needed to be called. So we knew that on paper, so we didn't have to go to the computer if we didn't have internet or we didn't have a computer to pull things up. So we had different ways to handle things. If our internet was out at the stores, we had a process in place to take credit cards until we could, so that if everything was fine, but we didn't have internet, So these are good times to, take the lessons from a storm. Take lessons from a storm like this and be prepared with it. Yeah, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy to see, I pulled up on my computer a couple times and saw the traffic and that people were in there, and I'm like, okay, I was still surprised at the end of day, that one, we had a high cash content today, so there was a lot of people spending cash today. So, credit cards, whatever, but our internet was working, everything was working, and we didn't need that. But people were out and they were spending. So I am thankful for them. I am thankful they came out. Consignments were lower today. Consignment drop-offs were lower, but that's okay. We have a backlog of consignments. We're about 30 days on clothing, a couple weeks on home decor, probably 3 weeks on shoes and purses to get processed, and probably close to that on toys right now. So, but again, for us, that's great. That's part of what we love. And a day like today helps us gain further ground. So we're good with that. We are good with that. But the lessons from today are important. So the lessons you learn from a day like this is not wait for a disaster, not wait for your news media to be telling you a hurricane's coming. What is your plan? What plans can you have in place? What is your plan to have offsite backups of your data and have a backup copy to the cloud? Okay, and make an extra backup because of a storm. What is your process and getting all this done? It becomes key. It becomes key as you think about that, and what do you do, okay, to have your business ready for things, because life happens out there. Things, it won't be long now before we're talking about snow. And I know some of you are throwing Rotten Tomatoes at the screen right now as I say that, but, we'll be talking about that again. We'll be talking about snow. We'll be talking about weather. We'll be talking about other things. So resilience planning, and that's really what it becomes, is resilience planning, which you have gotten so good at, okay, during this pandemic, is resilience and alternative plans. Being open and ready for alternative plans is the time to be thinking about some of these things and doing that. We also have an offline book of everybody's emergency contact info. So when there is some type of, if there was a disaster or a tornado blew through, we have an offline. I have one here at home. We have that available elsewhere. We just keep that book going because emergencies happen, things happen. And it is important to be resilient. This hurricane missed us, but the next one could come flying right through. It's important to be aware of that and to be prepared of that. Speaking of being prepared, I liked this, my friend Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor. Great guy. It's funny that there's two Bob retail consultants, Bob Phibbs and Bob Nagin. Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor, Bob Nagin's whiz bang training, and the retail doctor had a good post that he pondered the question: if you could share one piece of advice for retailers facing their first holiday season, what would it be? And I thought that was a great question. And so I thought not only would I share the question with you, I would share some of the responses. Number one, which is a great one, start putting out holiday merchandise earlier than you think you should. Really consider your store hours and expand them if you can. Have a plan for everything. Be over-prepared. Keep morale up. Engage, sell, and smile. It's a wonderful time of year for extra profit. Stock up, which I've been telling you. You can't sell it if you don't have it. Help without stalking your customers. Save some of the money you make during the holidays to handle the quiet times in January and February. Save some of the money you make during the holidays to handle the quiet times. Another store owner said, many moons ago, my mom taught me to store away gift certificate money because you'll need it when people come in and spend them in mass in January and February. Keep your team on board. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Keep your team happy, okay, because the enthusiasm reduces future markdowns and inventory. Buy more inventory. Spend your money to promote in November, not December. The Christmas season starts by November 1st. And I agree with that from a promotional standpoint. I disagree with it from a putting out standpoint. But if you advertise Christmas before then, it becomes harder. What are some other ones here? Another one with saving your profits. I like this. Plan ahead. Plan ahead. Like now's the time to be planning your whole fourth quarter promotional calendar. Plan ahead. Last minute decisions equal failed executions. No more next year I'll do this. Do it now. No more next year I'll do this. Do it now. I love it. Decorate your store and make it an experience for the customers. Prepare for the season way before it seems necessary. Prepare for the season. Start preparing for Christmas now, not in October. Stop thinking of the holidays like a customer. Start thinking of it as a retailer. By the time you think of it as a customer, it's too late. If you're thinking of the holidays, if you're thinking of when you accept merchandise, if you're thinking when you put out fall and winter as a customer, okay, instead of as a retailer, instead of as a business, okay, you're too late. You're too late. Ain't that the truth? You know, I talked for a long time about, you know, how we've been putting things out earlier and earlier. We had fall and winter out by what, the third week of June this year? Stock up. Again, stock up. Be gift ready. Be gift ready. Customers like having that decision made for them. Have it all designed as a gift. What makes this a gift? Expect to need at least twice the staff, twice the inventory, and twice your calm. I like that one. Cool patience. Twice the calm, cool patience. You won't have everything you want, so sell them what you have. Tell them why you love it. Don't discount too early. Yeah. So get ready for the holidays now. Be prepared. Do it now. Don't do it next year. Stop all this next year stuff. The time is now. This is a once-in-a-generation holiday season. This is going to be a once-in-a-generation. This is going to be the year of yes. Yes, we can do that. Yes, I'll buy that. This is the year of yes. Okay? So be prepared to take people's money when they are ready for yes. You have to have your store ready for yes, your website ready for yes. Be ready for them. Be ready for them. So, that's my message tonight. Be prepared. That's my Self-Care Sunday message, and I was prepared. I tested the generator yesterday, or Friday, I think I tested it. Friday I tested the generator. That is, be prepared. Be prepared. But that's be prepared for so many things. And I know it's a lot. And I know that we don't all have big staffs. I don't have a big staff in the whole scheme of things, Yes, you are not the Cubs who say better luck next year. You got bills to pay this year. You got mama who needs a new pair of shoes this year. You do. It is about being strong, resale strong. So being the best you this year is how we make this fourth quarter amazing. I want to make this amazing, absolutely amazing. And we're going to do it. We got an exciting week. We're going to get back into the ERC sum this week. I know a lot of you got questions on it. No, it is not out of money. What is going to happen with the ERC is that they are can't stop it earlier. So it's set to go through the end of this year and be available to businesses through the end of this year. It is going to stop likely at the end of the third quarter. Okay. And that'll just be for the periods that are covered. There is still plenty of money to fund it. There's not a funding issue with this. As long as the government can still print money, there is not a funding issue with this or a funding limit on this. It is just what you qualify for. But that it will not continue into the fourth quarter is very, very likely based on the bill that passed the Senate to sabotage it for the fourth quarter of this year. So that does not prevent you from filing for 2020 or for 2021. It only prevents you from filing potentially at this point for the fourth quarter of 2021. It is the current thing, but nothing is in stone on that yet. Nothing's in stone on that, but anything will not prevent. There will not be a lack of money for any period that has been covered up through now. So don't worry about that. We're going to work on that this week, and I'll have some other fun stuff. I always have fun stuff. I got fun stuff. Always come up with fun stuff. So you can count on that, just like you can count on this video and everything I talk about. Going over to nards.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. All the files, all the links, all the references, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube every night at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we start every night. Tonight, if you were not here at the top of the program, we're on page 124. Good morning. You got a good head on your shoulder. As for shoulders, effing magnificent. Go get them today. Our good night tonight is good night. Rest your weary head and those incredible shoulders. You did good today. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dessert. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.